Hello, this is RobotnikIsSexy, and this is a battle I had with Carlos in the Pokemon Wi-Fi battle group thingy, and as you can see, he's got a proper rain team, and he does not have a slacking, so that lack of a very low-tier crippled Pokemon, who is actually one of my all-time favorites, but you know, gotta face facts, he's bad. The fact that he actually is proper rain Pokemon is going to make this an uphill battle before it even starts. Like, that's just the nature of it. Drizzle teams are very effective. Leads with Politoed. Politoed lead is obvious because you want to set up Drizzle. I lead with Jim Henson, the Scarf Dragon, who is max speed, and he's naive, so his U-turns do a speck more damage than usual, and I actually hand-raised him, and a friend bred him for me. That's how hardcore I am, I guess. I get, like, small brownie points, I guess, although it really doesn't matter. Goes into this guy, who is a pain. This thing is a pain. And I believe I switch into Slowbro because I want to scout if it's one of those Scarf Iron headers, but it has leftovers, so that means it is a Wish Jirachi, which is really annoying. You're gonna see later that thing does something very annoying. It uses Stealth Rocks, which is kind of a big deal. Don't really have anything to counter Stealth Rocks, don't have any Rapid Spinners, but at the same time, none of my Pokemon are weak to Stealth Rocks either. But at the same time, whenever I come in, I'll take a small little bit of damage. Goes into Toxicroak for the obvious Scald, and yeah, he's gonna sub on me. I can feel it in my bones, but there's nothing I can do about it that much, except I do have Espeon with me, who is a really solid check for Toxicroak, because most of them carries Sucker Punch, and I have Substitute, so I can actually block Sucker Punch with my own Substitute, and he just goes for Bulk Up right away instead of Sucker Punching. I'm not even sure if he had Sucker Punch. It would be really weird if he didn't, though. So now I have my own sub, and he oddly does not switch out yet, and bulks up even more. Yeah, don't know if he understood the weight of the situation, but it doesn't really matter anyway, since he would have lost his sub if he switched out anyway. Go for Psychic again. I believe he probably switches out here into his Politoed, who is annoying because they have that natural bulk, and if they carry leftovers like this one does, they're very hard to take down. I call Mind here, but since he gets double stabbed due to rain, his Scald is, without a question, going to break my sub, and I really did not want to have to risk burning Mr. Pants, although I should have. I should have risked it. Instead I switch out, but I should have stayed in for another Call Mind and then tried to 2-hit KO it, because I think that would have been pretty cool. I just go for a Baton Pass right away because I don't want to get burned, because I can feel the burn is coming, and I actually do get burned on the switch, so I would have gotten burned in either case. But Dirty Girl burn is kind of just as bad, really, because this thing has enough bulk to take a neutral hit from something once. Should have gone for Hydro Pump, I think, because I had a +1 and it was raining, so and I was Choice Specs, so I couldn't have really gone wrong there. But I trick him and then switch into Scissor, who can take Giga Drains all day, even if they are Choice Specs. So kind of an interesting bunch of moves. Not all of them are good. Like, there's some bad decisions going on already, and Sword Dance on the Switch because I do not have Choice Band, and he of course has Poison Heal, which is just as annoying as Politoed. Use my Steel Gem, it does well over half damage. I believe I Sword Dance again. on his switch. And I make a really big mistake here, probably the biggest one. I let him stay in because I have a +2 and I thought Bullet Punch would do a lot. But I think he must have a bulky Rotom because it did nothing at all. And then he just kills me with Volt Switch. And that is pretty terrible. So I'm out of a Scizor, who's the counter for Celebi, and now Celebi is Choice Specs, and that's going to come in later. I actually forgot that I had given it Choice Specs, so that just makes it even better. I probably go for Will-O-Wisp here, but I don't remember honestly what move I go for. Yeah, it is Will-O-Wisp, but you know, he's got Natural Cure, so it doesn't matter, and it's got Specs. So he's just going to stay in here and Giga Drain away. And I believe I throw in Conkeldurr, not knowing that I had given it Specs. Like, I forgot about it completely. Now I go into Hydro Ground. That's a better play. It's a better move. Because, yeah, I resist that. I really, really like how Hydro Ground resists water attacks and grass attacks and electric attacks. I find myself relying on a switch into Hydro Ground to take a Thunderbolt a lot of times, and it just really helps. Probably should have gone for Fire Blast. I probably should have written down his team just because it was a Drizzle team, because Drizzle teams are so hardcore that if you don't fight with every ounce of your strength, you're just going to get demolished. Like, it's the nature of Drizzle teams. They're really good. Get some Rocky Helmet damage, but as I said, this is a Wish Jirachi with leftovers, so this thing is sturdy as hell and can take hits forever. Goes into Celebi, I Amnesia, which is bad. I should have scalded and gone for some burn damage. I forget about the specs and am surprised at the damage, and I'm like, oh, that is a lot of damage there. And I don't remember what I do here. I probably let Slowbro die because I'm really bad in this match. But I go into Conkeldurr, and I'm like, wow, that's like a 2-hit KO. It's actually a 3-hit KO, but honestly, like, I can't really do anything about it. I'm sort of forced to use Payback, and it probably doesn't even kill Celebi, because Celebi has 100 and everything, because it's one of those technically unobtainable Pokemon that are very abundant in the higher tiers. And yeah, going to Jim Henson, who's a great kind of shield. He's just being a dragon type and not being a flying type. He gets some extra resistance to some stuff, actually. Yeah, I'm thinking of electric here. So Dark Pulse does kill, and that's good, but yeah, kind of hurt way too many of my Pokemon. Oh, this is probably my favorite turn in the match. Not really sarcastic mode activate. I think this is the turn. Yeah, go for Dark Pulse, and wouldn't you know it, I don't get the flinch. I'm actually thinking of next turn. So I'm like, alright, that's kind of terrible. He's got a Wish up. He's probably going to use Protect. But he doesn't use Protect. He probably doesn't have it. Guess what? Literally lives on 1 HP, and then I get paralyzed from Body Slam. If that's not a way of the game giving me the middle finger, I don't really know what it is. Or what is, because that is terrible. So Jim Henson, yeah, got a crit now. Not gonna help because I'm paralyzed. He's just going to take me out with Body Slam here. So that is bad. It's a whole bunch of bads. Gets all his health back from Wish, and it's a pretty interesting Drizzle team, because you'll notice he does have 2 of the Mew things. He's got Jirachi and Celebi, and both of them are weak to fire. So in Drizzle, they're technically not weak to fire anymore, because Drizzle is overpowered as crap. So anyway, Amnesia for some reason. I'm like amnesiaing on the Switch, like I shouldn't be bulking up at all, because there's no way my guys are going to stay in for that long. And he reveals the Thunder, which I had no idea he would have Thunder, so that is a really excellent play for him. So he's got kind of a unique Drizzle team with the Celebi and Jirachi, who are both probably aren't seen that much at all in Drizzle teams, and they worked really well together. And then he's got a Rotom on top of it all, which has Thunder. My only hope is a crit Mach Punch, and I don't get it, and that's basically game. He just sweeps me with Thunder. But yeah, YouTube, that is my Drizzle-tastic match, where I get totally butt plundered. You run at this point because he quad resists my only attack, which is Psychic. So it's kind of sad. But you know, the losses happen, and I don't want to be one of those assholes who doesn't upload any losses at all. So yeah, YouTube, see you later.